I think we need more trade schools. Now, if you want to be a doctor or a lawyer or a engineer or a nurse, 94% of the time, AI opted to just cancel the alarm and not turn itself off and let the person die in there. It's one of the struggles with Arizona. Arizona is a state where if we don't have water, if you shut the water off, it's a real problem.
Right.
If you shut the air off in the summer, we'll have deaths. Do you know how many people die a year in Europe because of lack of air conditioning?
I don't think people quite appreciate the depth in the concept of being born in the United States, because this was just this radical idea of let's give people more freedom than they've ever had historically, and they're allowed to have that so long as they maintain it. And we're not maintaining it. And I think that's largely the reason that we are a society that's on the precipice of becoming revolutionary, becoming violent in their stances. And if the government doesn't start listening real soon, they're not going to win. There are far too many of us, and that's largely the reason that they go after firearms, because not only do we have the numbers, we have the firepower. They don't like it. And they need to remember that they serve us. And what kind of politician is going to go on the campaign trail and come on a little tiny podcast and go, you know what? Yeah, these suckers need to be held accountable. And they're not.
Yeah.
The type of man that's going to represent the people, the little guy that's sick of it, that's wondering why there aren't being people brought to justice on Epstein, why we're paying so much money on taxes when Somalis are stealing it, why Zelensky's got mansions, why are we doing all of these stupid things that make no sense as Americans while we're just pissing away our liberty, and we're fed up.
Yeah, I'm running for office because I'm fed up. We're fed up, and I hear the cries of the American people.
Yes, sir.
There's that song on from is it Les Mis? Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men? I hear the people singing. I hear the people singing the song of angry men.
Well, they're
And
getting close to screaming it.
The politicians are not hearing the songs of angry men. They go to Washington, D.C., and then they start thinking policy that they can fix. They love problems because then government says, oh, I'll fix that for you. But they don't fix it. They make it worse. They make it far worse. And it costs us more and more money. And that is evident by the fact that our debt has progressively gone like compounding to where, 20 years ago, what were we, 5 billion, maybe 10 billion in debt? Now we're 39 trillion, we're in the trillions, low trillions, but now we're at $39 trillion and climbing fast. Our debt is more than what we bring in.
Right.
Our interest payments. So we're in a problem. And I don't know. I mean, people can go, well, what can he do about it? Yeah, you're right, but I'm not going to throw my arms up in the air and give up. You want me to just throw in the flag? No, I'm not going to do it. So if I can try and make a difference, then I'm going to.
Yeah. Well, Sheriff, can't wait to call you Congressman. If there's any way I can support you, brother.
My door is still going to say Sheriff Mark Lamb.
There you go.
Congressman.
Get ordained, get a doctorate from some university.
I don't
just
need to
collect all the titles.
You know what, though? Like, this is going to sound terrible. I am not a big education person. I am a big education person. I think that we should be educating ourselves from the classics. I think we need more Renaissance education where people read books. I think we need more trade schools. Now, if you want to be a doctor or a lawyer or a engineer or a nurse, even nurses should be a trade school. But if you want to be one of those other things, then I think you should go to college. Yeah. But if you are just trying to find a job, don't go to college. Yeah. It's a waste of time. They indoctrinate you. They produce terrible products. Most people they're educated into stupidity. They're not actually, it doesn't help and so people are out there going to be who are so proud of their degrees are going to be angry with me saying this, but the people that I know that are most successful, and now with the invent of AI and how fast is it progressing, you better find a job that AI can't take over.
Right.
And that's what you should look for.
Entrepreneurship.
Because entrepreneurship and products that are not, I mean, construction people, AI can never get out and build.
Right.
You still need construction people.
But they're even talking about AI is going to be taking over surgeons, like that.
Yeah.
I just heard a statistic about it this last weekend.
And honestly, I'd probably be. I mean,
course.
a robot operating on you is probably going to have less. You realize they come after police every year,
right?
Because we have 1,000. We kill about 1,000 people. I don't want to say that. Sounds terrible the way I say that. We have about 1,000
people die
in police involved shootings,
right?
Which is frankly a crazy low number when you think about the millions of calls we respond to. That only 1,000 people are shot and killed by police in this country, and the majority of them are armed.
Right.
You know, that's a staggering low number. I'm pretty sure that there's about 250,000 deaths per year from malpractice.
Yeah.
But yet doctors aren't wearing cameras.
Right.
Nobody's out there trying to reform doctors or take away their qualified immunity.
Rioting in the hospital parking lots, like
sitting over their shoulder watching, like, what are you doing now? What are you doing now? I don't like what you're doing. You know, like our profession, considering what we deal with, and we're dealing with problems and mental health that's off the charts. I mean, we were pretty successful when you really break it down.
Yeah.
And yet, so when you talk about, you know, robots taking over doctors, I mean, 250,000 malpractice deaths a year.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Do you ever see policing going robotic?
I do.
In our lives?
I mean, look, I think that RoboCop kind of is, I could see that for like mundane things, but it's a dangerous place to be because they don't. First of all, I just saw a post recently where they've tried to program into AI for AI to destroy itself in situations, and AI is not doing it.
Right.
And there was like one where they said if somebody's locked in a room and the oxygen is dissipating and the only option is for you to turn yourself off, 94% of the time, AI opted to just cancel the alarm and not turn itself off and let the person die in there. So AI is taking on its own personality, and it's taking on its own defiance of, they've continued to program in and say, we want you to turn yourself off, but 7 out of 10 times it defies the order to do it. It recreates the program to write it to where it saves itself. This is a dangerous place to be in. So when you talk about police officers out there, I think you go and you look at like the Minority Report. There's a new show out with Chris Pratt where AI is determining whether you're guilty based on, you know, that kind of type of stuff. It sounds far-fetched, but are we really? How far-fetched is it really? If you continue to push against police and then nobody wants to do the job because you remove qualified immunity, you still have problems. So who are you going to send? So now you start to send what? Maybe a robot out? I mean, I don't know how long away that is or whether, but AI is certainly playing a role in law enforcement, and there's a lot of benefits to it. AI's ability, I work for a company called Peregrine, which is phenomenal. They can go into your records, and within 15 seconds, you can give me more information that it would have taken me and a bunch of other detectives a year to come up with. In 15 seconds, not only will it give you all the information, it'll chart it all out for you. And every road you follow on that, it will take you even deeper into information. And it's doing it in a split second. So the need for intel analysts and all of these people, you still need them to manage the information, but you've got these programs that are just phenomenal. So AI, in many ways, is really doing well in the profession. It's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how they apply it if they do try to do some type of replacing of people in the, cops on the street, boots on the ground. But I don't see it being anytime soon. But
yeah, I think With the way that things are going, the plan for anybody listening right now, the best thing that you can do is buy property, disconnect from everything that you can, and start living completely independent with local circles that you trade with and barter with. Because once AI destroys all these different careers and we're at 80% unemployment, we're cooked. That's it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm circling the wagons. I'm getting land. I'm getting my kids and my grandkids, and we'll control our food sources, and we'll have water. It's one of the struggles with Arizona. Arizona is a state where if we don't have water, if you shut the water off, it's a real problem.
Right.
If you shut the air off in the summer, we'll have deaths. Do you know how many people die a year in Europe because of lack of air conditioning? I heard the number and I thought, there's no way this is true. It's like 175,000 people a year.
Well, I didn't know it was that much.
In Europe die from basically not having air conditioning in their home.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I'm going to just confirm it while we're talking here.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Well, I think that's great too, what you're doing now, running for Congress and everything after you get that. I'm assuming because you said that you're a fan of term limits that you're not going to want to become a lifer and Mitch
I'm one of the
McConnell.
old school guys. You remember when back in the day, and I believe that the founding fathers, the reason they didn't put term limits in, because they did for president eventually.
Right.
But I think the reason they didn't put term limits in for Congress is I don't think they ever, for one, they didn't anticipate the invent of planes, trains, and automobiles.
Right.
Our ability to get in and out of D.C. from wherever you are in the country, they never anticipated that.
Right.
And then the other thing is they just didn't think anybody would want to come out here. What it was is I would go serve for 2 years and then I would come back and go, hey, I'm done. It's your turn now. Well, now these people stay out there. They made a career out of it. And so I think if the founding fathers had it to do over again, I bet you they would have put in term limits and knowing what they know now. But at the same time, I'm one of those guys like the old school founding fathers. I'm willing to go do it now.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm capable of doing it and I can hit the ground running, but I don't want to do it I want somebody else to take the baton in a couple years, in a few years. I say a couple. I mean, I don't know that one term would be sufficient. I think maybe 2, maybe 3, but I don't anticipate staying longer than 3 terms, which is 6 years.
Well, I mean, you're a patriot, a statesman, and that's what it used to be, is that it was your civic obligation to go serve your country, like LDS on a mission, like joining the military, all those different things. It was a sense of civil obligation, and you were never supposed to end up making a career out of it.
No. An estimated 175,000 people die from heat-related causes in Europe every year, a figure heavily driven by the lack of widespread air conditioning, says the World Health Organization and other sources. Not that you can trust the World Health Organization.
Right.
With
Does it
only
say-
about 20% of Europeans' homes having AC, compared to 90% of the residents in the U.S., significantly more vulnerable to extreme heat waves. So you look at that number. If we didn't have air conditioning here in this state, we'd be in big trouble. Like my family is, they are pioneers of Arizona. And so when they came here, the heat was off the charts. Like it's still hot.
Right.
So what they would do is wet blankets down and sleep under a wet blanket. And during the night, the blanket would dry. They would go down, wet the blanket down again. And that's how they stayed cool at night.
Right.
So
Amazing.
Well, I know you got
I'm
that.
supposed to be at an event with a congressman. I don't know if I'll make it.
I was just going to give you a plug for your new channel. You got the True Crime
yes.
channel coming up. You have the Body Cam channel. They can find you on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all the
Please come check out at Real American Sheriff. That is my body cam review where I break it down, kind of give you a little bit more insight. And we just started a true crime channel. You know, we're doing some beta testing on what works best, but we're dropping about 3 true crimes a week. My wife, I think my wife, they like her, so I brought her on as kind of breaking down the true crime. That's at Lamb Investigations. Please go check it out. And then we're doing a family homesteading ranching channel. And we don't have that up and running yet, but within the next month or two, if you're following me on the other two channels, I will be promoting that channel on those channels.
Well, you will get a subscriber immediately out of me.
You. Thank you. And thank you for the watch, man. I appreciate
Absolutely,
it.
brother. I appreciate you coming on. Thank you for everything that you've done for Pinal County. Thank you for everything that you're planning on doing as congressman when, not if, when you get in. I look forward to it so much, and I'm so excited to do whatever I have to do to support you in that journey, brother. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool. No, yeah, clap out.
Awesome.
There it is. I'm sure you've probably heard people talking about peptides. It piqued your interest, you looked into it, but you don't know what source to trust. A lot of this stuff is coming out of China. If you're looking for a good quality peptide that's made in the United States, go to helixpure.com.